Luigi's Mansion has always been seen as one of those classic games that everybody talks about on Halloween. Hey, even Luigi's Mansion 3 came out on Halloween Day. So seeing that it's the month of August, can't think of a better time than now to talk about Luigi's Mansion.
My first experience with the game was when I was about 8 years old, back when the Wii was in its prime. The GameCube line of systems, along with its games, were being phased out in order to make way for more new Wii games to stock the shelves. I don't remember how I first came across the game, but I just remember being obsessed with it. I called every EB Games nearby until I finally found a store with the game in stock. My mom drove me over to the mall, and after 3 days of searching, I finally got it. It's funny to think though how the game was only $5. One of the cheapest games I've ever purchased in my entire life became my favorite game of all time. Okay, so history time. Space Road 2000, a time when I did not exist. The GameCube, also known as Project Dolphin, was the hot new console set to release in late 2001. Nintendo wanted to show off the sheer power of the GameCube with multiple tech demos including Super Mario 128 and Luigi's Mansion. A year later at Space World 2001, the tech demo of Luigi's Mansion was announced to become a full game, and not only that, but it would be a launch title with the GameCube because Mario Sunshine was running a little behind in its development cycle. And Mario Sunshine happens to be my second favorite game of all time. Luigi's Mansion released a critical and commercial success. The game was a technical marvel, showing off how powerful the GameCube truly was. The game had impressive 3D models, particle effects, the mansion was fully explorable and open world, and it also brought not only new characters to the Mushroom Kingdom cast, but brought more character to Green Mario himself. Okay, now it's gamer time. The game starts with Luigi walking into the mansion that he won in a contest that he never entered. Luigi's walking up to the mansion nervous, but I don't see a problem. After entering the mansion, you're left in the lobby to explore. Once you try opening the doors at the top of the stairs, an orange figure appears, dropping a key to that second floor door. Game design. After entering the room, you're surrounded by ghosts, and then the single character that defines this whole generation of Mario games is revealed, Professor E-Gad. The E stands for Elvin. E-Gad rescues Luigi with the Poltergust 3000, and the both of you retreat back to his laboratory. At the lab, he tells you that the mansion appeared only a few days ago, and that Mario entered and never came out. E-Gad also tells Luigi that over the years of his research in paranormal activities, he's captured ghosts and turned them into paintings. But when the mansion appeared, all the ghosts escaped from their paintings are now lurking throughout the mansion. So now not only does Luigi have to find Mario to rescue him, he has to help E-Gad capture as many of the portrait ghosts that he can. Before Luigi can go in the mansion though, he's got to be trained on how to use E-Gad's capturing tools. E-Gad has the Poltergust 3000, which is the vacuum that sucks up and captures the ghosts, and the Game Boy Horror, which acts as the map, inventory, money tracker, which I'll get into later, and help keep track of all the portrait ghosts that you've caught on your journey. So before going in the mansion, Luigi has to learn the art of sucking supernatural spirits. So E-Gad brings Luigi to the training room, and let me just say, the soundtrack, it's a masterpiece. Every single song in this game is amazing. Honestly though, one of the best aspects this game has going for it is its attention to detail. Like Luigi humming the main theme of the game as the orchestral score is going, and then when he goes in a room filled with ghosts, the ghosts start humming it back at him to freak him out, even though he's trying to calm himself down with the song. The soundtrack is just great. I don't know how else to say it. And you know what else is great? The gameplay. There are two components to the gameplay of Luigi's Mansion. The first being exploring the mansion in order to solve puzzles, collect money, and reveal ghosts, and then the second gameplay aspect being catching the ghosts. Exploring the mansion allows you to see all the intricacies throughout the mansion, which is what the game is designed to do, but they go a step above and beyond by making every object interactable with, and if you ping it with the Game Boy Horror, Luigi will give a comment on that object. Even though there's a set list of comments Luigi cycles through in the game, it's still funny to see what he says about different objects. There are two other ways you can interact with objects in the game. You can either suck it with the Poltergust 3000, or you can shake the object, and this will lead to one of two things happening. Either dust will come out of the object showing that nothing's in it, or money will come out which you then collect it all. Although this first gameplay aspect is really engaging, the real highlight of the adventure is sucking up ghosts with the Poltergust 3000. Every ghost has the same means of being captured throughout your journey. Shine your flashlight at them to stun them, and then their heart will be visible, and then start sucking. Once the Poltergust latches onto the ghost, it's a fast-paced game of tug-of-war where the ghost is frantically running around trying to escape from the Poltergust, and you as the player have to flick the joystick in the opposite direction. Each flick back on the joystick takes another chunk of health from the ghost, and it comes with a satisfying sound effect that'll tell the player how well they're doing at capturing said ghost. Even though there's this general concept of how catching a ghost is handled, each type of ghost has its own challenges. There's the orange, pink, and blue ghost, which will punch Luigi, and all three vary in health. There's longer ghosts which try to grab Luigi to stop you from using the Poltergust. And there's big green ghosts who throw bananas, which you can slip on while trying to catch them. And then there's the portrait ghosts, who all have their own unique challenge or puzzle that's needed in order to reveal their heart to stun them. As you progress through the mansion, Luigi will find 3 different elements that he can use to solve puzzles, that being fire, ice, and water. These elements can be used for various different puzzles. They can be used to light candles with the fire element, you can soak ghosts with water, or you can freeze them with ice. By doing this, you will reveal the ghost's weak spot and be able to stun them. The puzzles are good, some being more basic than others, but my one issue with these puzzles was there's sometimes I felt that there was a puzzle that needs to be solved when I just needed to wait for the ghost to expose the heart themselves, like with the floating Rolindas, located in the ballroom. Other than that, the portrait ghost puzzles have their own unique fights, and one of my favorites is the one against Vincent Van Gogh, where he has paintings of all the basic ghosts throughout the mansion, and it's like a gauntlet where they'll slowly pop out of the paintings in order to come attack Luigi. So think of the orange, pink, and blue ghosts as various basic Mario enemies like Koopa Troopers, Goombas, and Shy Guys. Portrait ghosts would be more like a mid-world boss, and then the end of area ghosts are like a final world boss in Mario Brothers. I just mentioned areas, but I didn't really explain what they were. The game is split into 4 areas, which just can be seen as 4 worlds in like a Mario Brothers game. And one complaint I've heard about this game is that it's a little on the short side, but I honestly feel that the overall quality of the game highly outdoes the quantity of it. In each area you explore, different areas of the mansion, each containing basic ghosts, portrait ghosts, and then it ends with the boss ghost that was previously mentioned. After catching all the ghosts or portrait ghosts in a room, the lights will turn on and a chest will appear in said room. Some rooms are optional to complete, and those optional rooms will give you more money to add to your collection, and rooms that are required to progress will give you a key, which the Game Boy Horror will guide you to where that key is going to be used. Areas 1 and 2 of the game have a more linear experience with a more gradual difficulty curve, where the player is slowly introduced to harder ghosts with harder puzzles. Area 3 of the mansion has more exploration, where Luigi is searching for Mario's lost belongings. And Area 4 ends the game by giving the most challenging portrait ghost fights with the most unique puzzles in order to fully challenge the player. After completing all the required rooms in an area, you will then face the final area boss. All the end of area bosses have their own unique fights. I just feel the end of area 2 boss could have had a more unique design and a more unique fight from the area 1 boss. It's still a pretty fun fight, I just feel like it could have had a more unique identity compared to all the other end of boss ghosts you fight. The one gameplay mechanic that stays constant throughout all areas of the mansion are the boos. The boos are widely seen as one of the worst aspects of the game. Early on in exploring the mansion, Luigi releases 50 boos throughout the mansion. You're only required to catch 5 thankfully, because going for 50 would be a little tedious. But I caught all 50 anyways because I'm a gamer. You can only catch a boo once a room has been cleared of the other ghosts. When the lights turn on in the room, your Game Boy Horror will start having a flashing light on top of it, and it'll be yellow. As you get closer to the object the boo is hiding in, it'll start blinking red, and when you shake it, the boo will jump out. But you always have to be on your toes, because in that object can sometimes be a bomb or a ball with the boo's face drawn on it to fake you out. But if it is the boo, you gotta start sucking, and this is where the complaints come in. Catching boos is less of a tug-of-war game, and it's more of just pulling them towards Luigi with little force, which means the boo can escape from the poltergust easily, and they can also flee to other rooms. It's tedious because the boo can go from a room at the other end of a mansion, making you have to trek through the whole mansion to find it. The other issue with catching boos is that there's no way to track what rooms still have a boo in it, so I just made sure after clearing every room that I caught the boo right away. But like I said earlier, thankfully for the most part, catching boos is optional. It leaves it up to the player to see if they want to go for full completion or not, because the only rewards you get from it is making the final boss weaker and you get some money to add to your collection. After catching all the required portrait ghosts, it's time for the final showdown, Luigi versus King Boo. And yeah, this is King Boo's first appearance in a Mario game. Okay, now I need you to bear with me for explaining this part. When you walk into King Boo's room, he's looking at a painting of Mario. King Boo turns around and says he will make Luigi into a painting. King Boo then has the painting of Mario turn into Bowser, and he sucks Luigi into the painting. Once you defeat King Boo, you are back in the mansion, and then you take Mario's painting back to Egad's lab, bringing us to my favorite moment in any Mario game.
Oh, Mario? Mamma mia! Oh, oh, oh,
I love this moment just for how it humanizes the brothers, and even though they're going on all these crazy wacky adventures, it just brings them back down to earth. After that cutscene plays, the game shows you how much money you collected throughout your adventure, and Luigi goes to build a house with all the money he collected. Depending on how much money you did collect, that depends on the house that will be shown and the rank that you're given at the end of the game. But wait, there's more. After beating the game, you're able to explore the Hidden Mansion, and there's two versions of this. In the North American version of the game, the Hidden Mansion makes ghosts do more damage, and the Poltergust is also more powerful. In the PAL version of the game, rooms are mirrored, ghosts are more powerful, bosses have new attacks, and there's a bunch of other stuff to mix up the core gameplay. The reason for these two different hidden mansions is because the GameCube launched later in the PAL regions, which gave the developers more time to make a more complete hidden mansion. If you live in North America and you want to play the PAL version of the Hidden Mansion, the 3DS remake of Luigi's Mansion contains the PAL version of the Hidden Mansion. I think the main reason I love Luigi's Mansion is nostalgia. Bro, you think I'm gonna end a video like that? Now get out of here. The real reason I love the game is just for its unique concept and all the attention to detail, all the little things, all the hidden rooms that can be found throughout the mansion, Luigi humming the theme song, the atmosphere, the characters, and just seeing all the love and care that was put into this game by the developers. Even though there's two new Luigi's Mansion games, this one holds a special place in my heart for Nintendo taking a risk in making a Mario game that's more mature than one would expect. Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3 were handled by different developers known as Next Level Games, who previously worked on the Mario Strikers games. But that's a story for another day.
Almost everybody who's played a game has their own personal favorite game of all time. Mine just happens to be Luigi's Mansion. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, but that's kind of the reason I wanted to make this video, was just because Luigi's Mansion is my favorite game of all time, and I feel like video games are a great way of connecting with people, and I hope to bring back memories for somebody from their childhood or experience they had with their favorite game of all time with this video. But yeah, thanks for watching. This video has been a week-long project. I've been making this YouTube channel, been making a logo for it. I've also been trying to learn how to live stream a bit so I can do some stuff on Twitch. But yeah, thank you for watching, and more videos will come soon. I'm sorry about my microphone, and also thank you for bearing with me not having a capture card. I just kind of used game trailers, and I did the best I could, because capture cards and my microphone are both sold out. So I'm just waiting for them to restock, and then hopefully I'll be able to buy one. But yeah, that's everything. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.